Hi, this is Ira with GoAskIra.com. Thanks for stopping by. So today we have a serious matter to talk about. It's security, internet security. You know, we don't think about how often our security is breached. And I guess most people who are not in the know don't realize that our security is breached frequently. Have you ever gotten a new credit card in the mail for no reason? Your credit card wasn't due to expire, but they sent you a new one. You go to log into one of the sites that you've been on the internet, and they say, we need you to change your password. But I've had this account for 5 years. I've never changed the password. Most of those are signs that there's been a data breach on the other end. And so what that means is somebody hacked into the company you're dealing with servers, and they may have gotten access to your information. And we don't know how much of it. They could have your name, they could have your username, they could have your password. It all depends. Each breach is different. I got a letter the other day which had, it was from a cigar company. I mean, who would think? A company that sells cigars. Well, the company used somebody to process their credit cards, and that company got hacked. And so they sent me a thing telling me that, there was a data breach and they could have gotten this and this, and that they were buying me, I think it was a 6-month or a 1-year policy with a company similar to LifeLock. They were breached. Now that had nothing to do with me except for they got my information. So as we do more and more on the internet, I think people have to get a little smarter. If you ask most people today, they will tell you they have 2, 3, 4 would be a lot passwords. And they use those 4 passwords on every single site they use. So look at what just happened to me. I get a letter from a vendor I've worked with, and they tell me they've had a data breach. And so now I have to figure out, where else have I used that? So I find out, if I had a way to find out, I would have no good way of how many different sites I've used that on. Today, we need to be smarter. And we need to have better passwords, and it's really recommended that you have a different password for every site you go to. So LastPass is a great tool. And one of the things it will do is it can tell you where you're repetitively using the same password. It can help you generate custom passwords for each website you go to. And it will remember all that. So all you have to do is remember one password and just have LastPass. The security implications are huge, and this internet connected world we're living in, this is not going to get better, at least not in the near future. I have a friend who works for the big hotel in Las Vegas, and he does internet security. And he has said to me, your password should be 20 digits long. He said 20 digits, they're never going to crack. I have a really long password, and it's not 20 digits, okay? So the beauty of LastPass is I can tell it I want a 20-digit password. I want a 12-digit password. I want a 30-digit password. And I can spec different things, and it will come up with that password, and then it will remember it for me. It also gives me the ability to share that password with somebody else without them ever knowing what the password is. Great tool. There's also a mobile app, so you can have all your passwords with you on your phone, on your iPad, on your Android device. Now, right there, the product's worth every cent, and it's not expensive. But just all that security, it's worth it. I'll tell you one of my favorite things with LastPass. So I set up profiles in LastPass. I tell it this is my home address, my work address, my, whatever else I need. And you can go as far as having secure notes, which could be credit card numbers, which are they're double password protected is what it is. And let's say I go to a new site and the new site says, well, do you want to set up an account? You go, sure. So now I can tell LastPass, fill out the information. So it knows what username I always use. Then together I'll tell it to generate a secure password. And the next step is usually, what's your address? I can hit one button and it will fill out my entire address. I do a lot of shopping online. Come on, I wouldn't be here if I didn't. This saves me so much time. Either of those things by themselves would be worthwhile. LastPass, once you've used it for a while, will run a security scan, and it will tell you a lot about your passwords and where you have some weaknesses. Another valuable tool in LastPass's arsenal. You cannot beat the value you're going to get from this. It really is a handful of dollars. So unless you want to be paying LifeLock a lot of money, unless you want to be getting a lot of those emails or snail mails that you've been hacked, this will keep that from meaning much. You've been hacked. They got one password. Big deal. You're going to change it and move on. Doesn't affect anything else. We've got to take our security seriously. There's bad people out there. Remember, I'm Ira and I do the research so you don't have to. We'll see you soon. Be safe.